Two-time Olympic champion Hanyu Yuzuru was interviewed by the Asahi Shimbun after an open training session on August 10. So far, Hanyu Yuzuru has referred to the 9-year-old self whenever the opportunity arose. 2019, I always struggle with my 9-year-old self. Back then, I loved skating with all my heart and was honest about my confidence. I always told myself, you still have work to do. 2021, technically, I'm no doubt stronger now than I've ever been. But psychologically I was stronger and shined back then. 2022 after the Beijing Olympics, I got praise from my 9-year-old self for the axel I got this time. We jumped it together. We asked Hanyu Yuzuru, who started a new start as a pro, about his starting point. Why, when he was 9, could he skate so boldly and honestly? What kind of boy was Hanyu Yuzuru then? Listening to the question, nodding, he began to say, I loved the moments when I could execute the jumps I wanted to jump cleanly, when I could win where I wanted to. That's why, at 9 years old, I loved skating. I was very confident in myself in terms of skating. 2004, 4th grade junior high. He won his first Japanese novice championship in October, and won gold at an international competition in Finland in December. But the road to those accomplishments was pretty rough. The training time up to that competition was very, very tough. It was through a lot of harsh and hard training that at 9 years old I could perform all the jumps in one go and could skate the way I wanted to skate myself. I think I loved figure skating back then because I could feel the results of my efforts the strongest. But the process, to be honest, I couldn't stand it. Before that, about 8 years old, I didn't have that kind of confidence and I didn't really like skating. At the time, Hanyu Yuzuru was training in Sendai under Shoichiro Suzuki, 84. He was his coach from his sophomore year of junior high to his junior year of high school, from about age 7 to 15. Hanyu Yuzuru still considers him his teacher. When asked about Suzuki-sensei's training, he laughed and answered honestly. It wasn't fun at all. At every break, every opportunity, I was resting, or rather slacking off. I was such a naughty kid when coach wasn't around, playing snowballs or running off to play baseball. But he added, it was because I was forced to put in the effort, to work hard, that confident 9-year-old me was able to form. And I think that persists to this day. At the time, the purpose of Suzuki-sensei's training was obvious, to lay the foundation and develop strengths. Suzuki-sensei's training was as follows: if it took an hour, then 15 minutes gliding, 40 minutes practicing the axel only, 5 minutes on the other jumps. About this much attention was given to gliding and a lot of effort was put into the axel. That's why now I can feel that I'm very good at it. And I think Suzuki-sensei laid the foundation for my gliding. He was 9 when he first felt the results of his rigorous training. And the eye with staunch confidence thus created has always supported him through tough times and has been a great competitor. He was able to aim for even greater heights by listening to the voice of his little self. What advice would you like to give to kids who play sports? I think the moment of whether the fundamentals are laid or not is very important in everything. Honestly, when I was a kid, I couldn't stand basic training. I loved the satisfying feeling of being able to perform a jump, and I thought, why are we always just doing these boring exercises? But in learning the same English, too. You can't do anything without basic things like words and grammar and stuff. It's about having no room for self-expression. That's why it's worth appreciating the basics in whatever you do. Probably that kind of training is really boring, but in my opinion, it's best to always present it as soil in which flowers will eventually blossom. And now I also need to remember to do basic exercises. Even today, August 10th, while rolling out, I was skating and thinking, how boring. But I keep doing it, knowing that it's important. At the same time, a very important factor in children's development is how coaches and parents feel about the sport. The recent cancellation of national individual judo competitions on the grounds of over-exaggerating the importance of winning caused much controversy. Finally, we asked Yuzuru Hanyu, who won 2 Olympic gold medals, what he thought about it. I think winning is important. It's a reward for those kids who work hard. For example, if a person with a strong competitive spirit is like me, the best reward for him to get is the result of competition, the performance of some jump in training, the success in something. Without them, there's no point in learning anything, it won't stick in your head or body. So it's important to win, to get rewards. But the question is, where does the desire come from? If it comes from both coaches and parents that winning, results are everything, it's not. I think it would be nice if they could give other rewards as well. After winning 2 consecutive Olympics, Yuzuru Hanyu found value in the 4.5 turn axle. And now, after finishing his competitive career and turning pro, he continues to challenge himself to surpass himself. Finally, now I'm standing at the start, says Yuzuru Hanyu. His life journey is sure to continue to teach us a lot. The number of rinks is shrinking due to rising operating costs, and it's becoming impossible for kids to skate long enough. Yuzuru Hanyu, well, it's very difficult, really. Skaters have quite a lot of difficulty in providing everything they need to practice. I had quite a few hours of training in middle school and high school, too. Figure skating has skating runs to music, and it's only available 4 to 5 times a week. There was no way to do it every day. So I would like to be able to provide some kind of support for places like that in the future. Specifically, how would you like to support them? Hanyu Yuzuru, somehow I can't say specifically. I have to train hard too, so by including all this, I hope it makes everyone's training at least a little bit easier. I can't say any more than that. Last Q, would you ever like to build your own rink? Hanyu Yuzuru, well, no such desire. Yuzuru, yeah, laughs. Honestly, it's all complicated, it's not that easy to build a rink. That's why I want to think about a lot of things in the future, including this too. And I'd like to continue to do something in that direction, in the form of support.